I started in Forest Department. In charge was in the area of socioeconomics, which was responsible for undertaking studies or work rates for forest operations. How much time it takes for somebody to do pruning, what are the value of forest stock in the country. That's why I started working as a forest economist in 1985, sorry. Started in 1985 in the Forest Department as a forest economist. After a short while, I found I required more, or I was interested in the area of research. So I applied to join Kenya Agricultural Research Institute, the Forest Department, as a research officer. I was admitted, or I was appointed to join KEFRI, and I came to KEFRI, and immediately I joined. I came in with a background of economics, and I started the department or division of socioeconomics. In this particular division, I was looking at transforming research to address quite a number of issues of people's interest around forests, and these are the area of what are people interest, what do they have in forest, public forests, if they are collecting firewood, if they are grazing, if they are taking their water from there. All these issues were not addressed in the past disciplines, which we are dealing with silviculture, pest management. They were more technical to the forestry. They were not interfacing between the forest and the people. So that's when I started, and when I came to look at it, I looked that there were deficiencies in policies and legislation, which really will keep legitimacy or authority to the public or the communities or societies who are living next to forest to engage with the forest managers. And that's why I started now the issue of looking at studies on socioeconomics in the institute. We started hiring socioeconomists who will try to do research on the area of interface between the communities and forests. Secondly, also I did start policy research to look at how can we have policies which are friendly to cover both the public forest and also the society. And then also that takes us to how do you give obligation to these policies, so it goes to the legislation. How do you influence the legislation to ensure that those interests of the community in the forest are also enshrined in law? So from there, that is when we started now, what is now currently Socioeconomic Policy and Governance Research Team. I was the initiator of that, and from there we have moved now. Myself, when I left for studies, I recruited on Google. Google took it over until recently retired. Up to now, we have 17 scientists in this particular team, which are addressing various issues. We have economists, which are almost now 5, including myself, Langat, Wekesa, Anthony, Kiprop, and we have sociologists. This is group of Dalilo, Rexovenda, Risiki. These are now, if you total now, we have almost 17 staff in this particular team. So this team is well grounded now, which gives quite a number of range of research, information and data to support forest sector development. I told you, within this team, we are doing cost-benefit analysis of land uses. Especially we have done how forestry enterprises, like planting eucalyptus for purposes of pollute, can bring money. Now do you go, if you want to grow pine sownwood, cypress sownwood, all this we have put money factors for farmers to see how they can integrate or adopt as a business. So we have done that in the economic sector. We have looked at markets. We have looked at market studies. So I started market studies in 1999, and we have looked at dynamics of prices of various products, movement of products across the country, and also movement of products across the region. We are mapping from DRC, Congo, through Uganda, up to Kenya, and even export to Mombasa. We are also mapping from South Sudan. We are mapping goods we are moving from Uganda, Zambia, and Malawi to Kenya, and all this. So we have now very good grasp of the demand and movement of flows of forest products. Kenya is a big importer of forest products, especially through the two bands. We have been assisted by imports from our neighboring countries, and now we have a very, very strong import infrastructure. What I mean with this, there are people who are doing clearing at the border. There are merchants who are importing, who are already in this business. They know the laws of the countries they are importing from, where they are getting them from. They have already developed networks, so they can move products quickly. Even if there is a ban, we measured recently when there was a ban on 2018, February 28th, how long it took for products to move from southern Tanzania to the Kenyan border to meet the demands in Mombasa and Kenya after the stoppage of sawmilling in the country. So this is the business which KEFRI has been doing.